Yo, y'all know what's happening. Y'all know what time it is, man. We in the midst of it. We always in it. I'm Jay Walker the third. That's my brother, my partner, them, my drinking partner, Carolina Dirt. What's happening with you?
Man, shit, you already know what it is. The hump day happy. I tap in. We in.
Hey, man, just like that. And returning to the pod, our resident OTR driver. Uh, get that freight, push that freight, move that freight. Mr. Jerm of Jermlife, what goes on with you, brother?
Oh man, chilling out, man. That's a pretty good damn introduction. I kind of fucks with that, bruh. What's good with
Hey, man, look. It could go either way, man. You know what I'm saying? It's very organic over here, man. I do what the spirit tell me to do.
you? That's what's up. That's what's up. Shit, I see it been a
Absolutely.
lot. I see it been a lot going on out here in these internet and damn media streets, bruh.
Oh,
Man,
definitely.
look, it's always something everywhere, but what you seen that you want to get into?
I want to know. I really want to know what y'all thing, man.
You gotta
You
say
kind of
it
skipped
again.
that a little bit.
First thing. Oh, I said I wanted to know what y'all opinion is on this Diddy case, this P Diddy case.
Mm.
A lot of things that I didn't think was going, a lot of information that came out in regards to Cassie that I wasn't necessarily thinking I was going to hear. You feel me? I mean,
Mm.
but to sum it up, to not take the whole show, we done spoke on Diddy so many times. That shit gets so old.
Oh,
But
okay.
it's he's in a place where it's irreparable damage. He got the people just like Robert Kelly, not Robert Kelly, R. Kelly, just like R. Kelly. Like you got fans that's gonna stick behind you no matter what you do,
Right.
and the overall public opinion is your life ain't never gonna be the same. You ain't never gonna be Sean P. Diddy Combs again. You gonna be the diddler for the rest of your motherfucking
Like that.
I I would say I think the stuff about Cassie, uh, I think it's shocking for the fact that it looked like it was one sided before all the other shit came out. You know, everybody saw that he was beating on her, and there was ideas he was beating on her. There was ideas he was gay. But I think there's a lot of women switching sides. Like, yeah, Cassie got a lot. She got a big role in it, and I think that's the most. I'm not gonna say surprising, but one of the biggest things that I think women are starting to see. Oh, she had a big role. You
Hmm.
can't always play victim. And
right.
I
I
agree.
think his lawyers are pointing that out. Like they said, yeah, he beat her. We ain't fighting that. We ain't arguing that. There's other shit. Let's talk about Cass. Let's talk about, you want to bring all these witnesses on. We're gonna see how they allow certain shit to happen also.
That's a hell of a defense. Yeah, he beat
Right.
her. That's
Yeah.
crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah. He was like, yeah, he did it. He a woman beater. He did it. But this ain't why we in court. I think that's part of his defense.
Mm.
It's
Yeah.
always
I
like
think,
when you,
mm,
no, go ahead.
yeah, good. Um, Me personally though, because I be thinking about them even charging him with a RICO. I never seen a single man RICO in my life.
Yep.
That's
You know what I
crazy.
mean? So yeah, so it's like even when they doing it, it's kind of weird because okay, yeah, if they want to say did he, yeah, I believe he did do get a little wild on the drugs or whatever, and he probably did beat Casey like that. But that means that this is a domestic violence case, not a
Not a
RICO.
federal RICO case.
Yeah. I mean, granted, I know they don't care for P. Diddy, yeah, whatever the case may be or however. And it's all these conspiracy theories about the alcohol company and uh the hotel paid her $10 million for the release the video, that kind of stuff like that. And it's really like to me, it's like it's showing that they're trying to just take them down just because he crossed the wrong lines, if I should say it like that. You know what I mean?
I mean, he clearly read from the Five Heartbeats, cuz. He, like he is, but you know, they say allegedly Barry Gordy was a motherfucker too. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I don't know. I be at this crossroads, man, and we talk about it all the time. It's like whenever a black man reaches a certain amount of success,
Hmm.
shit begins to come out. Now, nobody made up him abusing that lady. You feel me? He got an answer for that, and whatever come of that, he got to deal with it.
Right.
But also, like you said, trumping up the charges, FBI, CERT, ATF, multiple organization, uh, investigation, kick though, like that was a lot
That
for
was a lot.
a relationship, which is
Yeah.
kind of what we seeing. Like no matter what footage you see, no matter what coverage you seen in this case, at the end of the day, this is like about Diddy and Cassie. Like no matter how many witnesses they bring in,
Hmm.
this is about Diddy and Cassie, and it's just wild that it's trumped up like it is.
It's
Hmm.
also it's also the whole what would you do for the money?
Yeah.
You know, my always talk all the time, man. I signed for $1 million. I'm gonna take that slap. You know, people always put these little ghost scenarios out there. What would you do for 500,000? Well, she's doing some nasty shit, and she's including some nasty people for that money, and it's showing the power of a dollar. Um, and another thing, everybody talking about these Diddy parties, right? And we old enough to know you didn't make it unless you got to go to a Diddy party. So all these people talking about they wouldn't be at a Diddy party early 2000s, you had to wait in line. And somebody said that's where Diddy messed up. When it came to social media and these phones and this content creation,
Hmm.
that's when, phones and cameras was following him. And he was giving people access to him, even if it was just him at the house. Like back in the day, you wouldn't have that access. So it was always like, what happens at Diddy party? So all these people talking about they wouldn't be at a Diddy party, first you would be there because that's how you knew you made it as far as in the entertainment world, to be at a Diddy party, a Jamie
Hmm.
Foxx party, or somebody party like that. Now what's
But
going on
in terms of the case though, like they not speaking on no party where
shit.
50 people freaked off. You know what I'm saying? They talking about him
Strictly
being a
Cassie.
perv, Cassie invite Cat basically Cassie doing the grown up while Diddy watch. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like it ain't no like when it first happened, we all made the jokes and shit, but it don't seem like there's a party where you got 40, 50 people in there bucket naked with baby oil and banana
Exactly.
peels and pit bulls and glitter and shit. You know,
Exactly.
we ain't heard that part yet.
Hmm. It's almost like they hiding some of them. You see what I'm
Well,
saying?
that's the other thing. Who's at those parties? That's why they ain't saying the names. And I think that's also the other thing. Like once again, those parties Diddy was having, every politician's business owner,
Everybody.
everybody's at these parties.
Right.
And I don't know if y'all heard the new thing. Trump said he may think about pardoning Diddy if he get convicted. He was probably at one of these parties. He had to be at some of these parties.
Had to be. Had to be. Trump was
Uh,
kicking it with everybody.
Everybody.
and
Yeah.
then, well,
Goes on in,
is
goes
it
on.
is it a regular party that occurs and then afterwards some other shit occurs? Because even your boy Nick Cannon, he was like, I DJ'd a couple of them parties, but I DJ'd and I left. You
He
feel me?
told
Right.
me.
So it's a lot of speculation. The shit is coming out now, and don't get it twisted. Defense lawyers, they get low to the ground, cut. You feel me? They
Exactly.
they get low to the ground. They probably paying some people. Some people ain't talking. Some people might be missing. Allegedly, I don't know. I'm not trying to accuse nobody specifically of nothing.
Right.
But at the end of the day, as the phrase goes, he probably gonna get time served. He probably gonna pay some restitution, and he gonna probably go out there with Russell Simmons at.
I
Yeah.
mean, he got Brian still on his case, so that was Young Thug's lawyer. I think Diddy fine with living the rest of his life on probation. He ain't gonna do shit. That man, what,
He ain't gonna do shit.
55 at 60 years old. So if he free, I see him winning. Like my brother said, if he free and maybe can travel, he get the fuck home and never come back.
Yeah.
I don't see him winning. I just see him being sentenced on some time served type shit.
If he out of jail for any kind of way, out of even his house arrest.
Oh, true that.
Yeah, you would, ain't it? Yep.
Yeah,
But
that's a win.
you know what's a real now this I mean, it really don't got well, it has something to do with the case, but what I don't like is when they say sex trafficking, right?
Yeah.
It's almost like they made up a charge, and that was a charge that they made up for pimps back in the day once they couldn't get pimps. You know what I'm saying? They got songs talk about being flew out. You know what I mean? And they try to make it a real charge that when a man want to entertain a woman out of town, that it's sex trafficking. That's crazy to me, man.
Meanwhile, you got these domestic terrorists, YT people, groups out here hurting people,
Right.
doing all kind, and they ain't never in a RICO. They ain't never in a RICO, cause domestic terrorism, they never put a RICO on that shit. I'm trying to think of a time. Can y'all think of a time where RICO and domestic terrorism went together?
I can't think of one, bro. I can't think of one. That's what I'm saying. And it's almost like, but the thing about it that really makes me mad, we can't do nothing about it. Nobody in society, as far as in the black community, can do anything about it. You know what I mean? It's almost like a slap in the face in a sense. It's almost like stay in line. If you don't stay in line, we're gonna put you back in line.
Right.
Yeah, he probably pissed somebody off for something he did. And my conspiracy.
Shout out to the mailman and Jack Johnson. Jack Johnson is like the first black heavyweight. Well, they wasn't even really doing weight classes back then, but he's an old dark skinned black man knocking out these opponents and sleeping with a bunch of white women and drawing down on their ass.
Was that the guy from New York?
I think he fought out of New York. I don't know that Jack Johnson was from New York, but
okay.
Jack Johnson was a bad motherfucker. Cause you talking about they boxing when there wasn't no rounds, just box till somebody fall.
I want to say, bro, I'm gonna tell you something, because I heard that same story, and guess what somebody told? Well, what I heard on the internet. I say I heard it on the internet. Do you know the movie King Kong was based off of him? Because he was a big black nigga beating up of all these dudes, and you go and grab this white woman. And I was thinking about it, right? Like where you get a big gorilla and then you got a white woman in your hand on the damn on the towers. I said, damn, that was wild that I heard that. Because when you said that just now, it brought that memory back to me. I just heard that, bro.
Man, from Galveston. From
Galveston, Texas. Well,
okay.
They make them big in Texas. Everything big in Texas.
Y'all know this. Y'all know that the Shannon Sharp shit got quiet since the Diddy shit came out. I think his boys waiting to see what happens with this shit.
And that's crazy. That's why I was just about to say the Shannon Sharp shit did get real quiet, didn't it?
It got real quiet.
Yeah.
They probably dug up some dirt on that woman.
Man, she is a OnlyFans model. That's just enough dirt right there. I just can't see it being no more than that. You see what I'm saying? OnlyFans model, bro.
And I never thought I'd see the day where I would have been like, you should have listened to Monique. But if Shannon keep messing with young white women, cause if he does this and he keep messing with young white women, I don't know what to say.
I think he pays off. If Cassie got 30 million, with Diddy for 10 years and all that shit, I don't see how she get more than that. She was asking for 50. I think Shannon let
She
this shit
not
stay
gonna get
quiet.
50.
Give her 3 or 4 and call it a day.
But you see
He
how?
offered her 10.
Wait,
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. He offered her 10. She ain't gonna get the 10. Give her 3 or 4 and try to move on out the way.
yeah. I just hate how that jump be killing their contracts, bro. It's just a accused. He ain't even convicted. He just
That's
accused, and they kill his
that,
whole contract.
yeah,
Huh?
that's why I don't think they should state that. Like, I know somebody in his party or whoever's in it, they should be NDAs when it comes to contract. We shouldn't know as far as the public until after that shit signed.
Mm.
Because
But
of shit
there
like this.
was clearly there wasn't no NDA, or she wouldn't have
That's
been
what I'm
able to
saying.
come out with it.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
There should be an NDA. But they said, and I don't know how true that is, they said Shannon presented her with an NDA, but she didn't want to sign it. And that was the first sign that Shannon
Yeah, he
just
should have
walked
left
away.
her alone.
Yeah,
He
he should.
shouldn't have never got involved with it.
They should have never
Exactly.
got her.
Exactly. And that's the one
They,
thing that I hate about our athletes, bro. It's like they go straight to them like it ain't nothing. Like they don't even mess with black women, and that junk is crazy. And I talk a
and
lot of shit
then
about them.
her age. If
Yeah.
I had a problem with anything, because you know how many fine ass women it is between 28 and 50.
Yeah. You're right.
You know how many fine? I'm talking about bam.
Super bad.
And I looked at the picture of the girl, and I'm not trying to say she. Yeah, I am. She was regular.
Regular as
She
hell.
was she
Like
was
I mean,
regular.
super regular, bro. Like what? Nothing extravagant. I ain't lying. You ain't lying about
Yeah,
that.
man.
I wouldn't even want to get caught with that. Talking about giving her 10 million. Like you tripping, bro.
Country Wayne got a whole boatload of bad women. You feel me?
Yeah. Bad,
That
bad.
that you know what I'm saying? That would have been. It's maybe some of them into some freaky shit. And I don't even think Shannon into like that's why I think that's why it's gonna quiet down. I
Mm.
don't think Shannon into no real freaky shit. He probably got his little, dark man X complex.
Yeah.
Man, look,
Exactly.
that man found Georgia shit. You couldn't even look at no, you know what I'm talking about. So I had to catch me one out there. I can see that be, but now at this point, you better weigh that shit up off you. I hope you got
Hey.
it up off you.
Yeah, you got it out your system. You better hurry up and get it out your system, bro. It's gone, home.
Yeah,
You
But
because
too
here's the
old for that to be your fantasy.
he too
yeah,
old for that. And he be at Laker games. Like, it's a bunch of them out there.
bunch of
It's a
them,
bunch
boy.
of them out
Whew,
there.
you ain't lying. And it's like, and it's older ones. You could have dealt with somebody older, even if I ain't gonna say you can't deal with a YT chick, but at least get her older. You know what I'm saying? Where she got a little bit more sense. She ain't so money hungry. They done been in the world a little bit. So And another thing that it's just it's really about anytime they give you some money, any sponsors like what he had back there on his podcast show with Ocho Cinco. Did he have DraftKings in the back or something like
Yeah,
that?
He
yeah.
had DraftKings. He had the
They made him take that
erectile
down.
dysfunction shit.
Yeah, all that's taken down, and it's like y'all, the man ain't even convicted yet, bro. You know what I mean? And it's like you start losing all kind of your endorsement deals behind an allegation, and it's like crazy to me, man. It's almost like if they give you the money, they can take it right back.
But the other
That's
crazy thing,
basically what it is.
crazy thing about Shannon is like when people cut his videos up, they show how he contradicts his life. Like you talked about Rel having a young girl, but you mess with this 19-year-old.
Yeah, got caught
Like
with.
there's so many things that he said on his past episodes where you be like, everybody said, man, Shannon got some sense. His grandmama told him everything, and now this shit come out and be like, bro, is your grandma even real? Because I know she told you about that white girl, about the
Hey,
white
I'm
one.
talking about straight embarrassed his grandma on that one, bro. I ain't lying.
She probably come to him every night. Like I told your black ass,
Yeah.
come to him in a dream every night. I told your black ass about them gals.
Hell yeah, straight in a dream, bro. And he should
Yeah.
have, man. But he hadn't got the feeling himself after that Cat Williams interview. He was feeling himself a little bit. You know what I
Cause
mean?
he climbed. I mean, if you really look at it, the man, despite him not being able to talk, despite him being dark as goddamn
Night.
1201, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Despite him being an athlete, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He rose to a certain level. Now the Cat Williams shit definitely launched him. You
Damn.
feel me? And like it's just certain things that I look at and I'm like, his livelihood is not gonna be affected in a major way behind this.
Mm-hmm.
But his earning potential is gonna be affected in a major
Right.
way. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And like we always talk about, like you went bad on Chad a couple times, cuz.
Man, I'm talking about
Couple times.
super, bro. He went real bad on Chad, home. You right. I watched that a
It's,
lot of
it's
times.
just there you go. Like so, don't what they say, throw your rock and hide your hand type shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like be mindful, be humble, sit down.
Right. So what y'all think? What y'all think on Stephen A take on it though, man? Stephen A be man, he be cooning like a motherfucker, dog. I ain't lying. That nigga's a super coon right there.
You go
Stephen
ahead.
A. look for opportunities. That's what I say. Stephen
Mm.
A. look for opportunity. And I think by him starting his own podcast, he can deep dive into shit that he can't dive into on sports or on ESPN. But he just be
Mm.
looking for opportunities, man. That man switch
But
sides. Like, he make business decisions. That's what I would say.
Mm.
Stephen A. is always making a business decision. So you may think Stephen your friend. Stephen making a business decision. And it always come back on the back end because when something happened, he be like, well, I brought him on the show. I introduced
right.
him to this. I did this. That's him doing business transactions.
Mm.
So I really
That's
don't I
that's
really
where
don't think
his
he's gonna
cooning.
fix. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where his cooning come in. I think Stephen A is familiar with the line, that proverbial imaginary line. You know what I'm saying? And he knows exactly how close to get to it. And he also knows he never gonna go over it.
Mm. Right.
But what he don't understand is you just an allegation away. It only takes the allegation. That's what
Ain't
we
no
know.
ain't number one. Number one. And then
It,
the thing that he did with LeBron's son too. Now me personally now I really don't see it wasn't he kept it real really to me. Cause I mean I don't never see that. I don't never hear nothing about his son in the NBA. Nothing. You know what I'm
right.
saying? And LeBron did kind of debo his son in there. So, you know, I give Stephen A that one. I got to. I don't know how
He
y'all feel
yeah.
about it, but
Yeah,
you
he
know,
did what he was supposed to do as especially his history on the position.
right.
You feel me? So he couldn't in turn around and change the script. You
Mm,
see, he didn't act like I don't know what his beef is with LeBron.
mm,
Because he didn't act like that about Shador and Dion.
good point.
You feel me?
Yeah, that's a good point.
But LeBron did what he was supposed to do. If I'm LeBron James, cuz, and my son is fucking terrible, but because I'm who I am, I can make some shit happen. That I don't do that for my son. Y'all crazy.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
But
You're right.
but that go back to the Kwame Brown shit. Kwame Brown was standing up for himself and people was like, and he went off of Kwame Brown. I'm talking about what you did on the court, but you were still talking about that man as a man after he got older.
For sure.
And I think LeBron probably saw the same shit. He knew LeBron knows where Stephen A. can go and will go. So I think as a father, he stopped that shit right then and there. We ain't gonna keep going through this shit. And
Mm,
Stephen A. backed down. Did he back down professionally? Yes. Did he back down personally? I'm gonna say yes. Did he back down as a man? No. I think, and as he said, he respected where LeBron was coming from.
I don't
But
think it was. I don't think it was that bad though.
I mean,
It ain't
somebody
like
check you.
LeBron was gonna
Somebody
beat him
check you in
up.
the middle of the game. If somebody check you in the middle of the game, that man stopped his job. He
he
come,
No,
definitely did.
yeah.
He
he
sure
saw
did.
that man, and for some people, that's what on site looked like. For you motherfuckers running y'all mouth talking about, on site, that's what on site looked like, what LeBron did.
Right.
But also, Stephen A knows exactly how smart LeBron is. Was LeBron gonna beat this man on the side of the court?
No.
You feel me?
No.
So he did what he was supposed to do. He stood there. He took that shit because you gotta take it in. You gotta relax a little bit. But let's flip the script. Say this is Rudy Gay's son. And Rudy Gay's son is potentially average.
I was just about to say that too.
Or high average. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
And he keeps giving critiques on Rudy Gay's son. Does anybody get mad at that?
No, he don't.
No.
Right.
But does he do the same thing to Shaq's son? Let's say Shaq's son makes an NBA. Does he do that to Shaq? So,
oh, you know he ain't doing it.
He ain't gonna do it to Shaq because Shaq got enough bread to get him touched.
My bad.
Yeah. Oh no, you good.
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got you.
Hey, he definitely gonna do it. He definitely ain't gonna do it to Shaq, son.
Yeah.
Yes.
Shaq got enough money to get that man in a dark alley type shit.
Yeah.
I mean, Bron got that money too now. Shaq probably got the connection. Shaq, I'm saying if it was Shaq, what would he do it to Shaq's son? Shaq got
he definitely. For sure. I don't know, man. That's where we are in the culture. That's where we are with social media and media in general. The fuck shit gonna rise to the top. It's gonna get all the clicks. It's gonna get all the reels. But what can you do?
Before we get off of that though, but what Kevin Gates said, and he said on the side of that quarter, he did not run up on Kevin Gates like.
Okay.
You blanked out for a second. We can't hear you, Jerm.
Yeah.
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, we good.
Okay. What killed me about that was what Kevin Gates said. He said he was watching how his wife was looking at him play the game, right? With almost like a disgust in her face. And he liked the way the white women was looking at him when he was playing. And that right there was a real strong statement, bro. That was strong.
Yeah, but was it?
You don't think so?
I think it was bullshit.
Huh?
I think it was bullshit.
For real?
I don't understand. To me, I don't understand what he means by that. Now, granted, LeBron is greatest athlete ever, arguably. You feel me?
Mm-hmm. Right.
How long him and his wife been living this life?
Shoot, you ain't lying. Over 20 years.
She gotta look at him like that every day. She's seen the shit stains. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She know how retarded. She know his toes look like crow feet. She know all the bullshit that we can only speculate about.
Mm-hmm.
Why she gotta look at her husband? Her husband and all. Them white girls looking at him, they see a check. They don't even care nothing about his ability to play ball, that he is arguably the most athletic human being that has ever lived.
Mm-hmm.
And why would they adoration amount to anything more than his wife?
Yeah, it sure don't. It was just a crazy statement to me, man.
It was definitely.
Yeah, I was just thinking to myself, but you know, he been making some real crazy statements lately. You seen that one where he was with what's that Paul Pierce and the girl? You seen that interview?
I saw a little piece of it where he was talking about he's the angel of, what was he the angel of?
He's the angel of I had it right on my tongue.
The angel of fear?
Yeah, the angel of fear. Yep, that's what he was.
Yeah, man, Kevin, relax, brother. Relax. I'm not mad that you believe whatever you believe, but you can't expect me to give a shit what you believe.
Right. I'm almost thinking he's doing that symbol. I was listening to him. He was giving me Illuminati vibes. I ain't lying. Like he in there. Like he in that dope.
I don't know about that. I don't know if I even believe in that.
You don't believe in that?
Make music. Make music.
I'm saying you don't believe. So you don't believe it's a. I wouldn't say Illuminati. We won't even say that name. But you don't think it's a cult of people that have to stick together like that. Like we ain't gonna let too many people in. Cause
Bro,
another thing I
I
want to talk to
believe that.
y'all about. You do?
I believe in certain societies like that. I mean, because every group has something. You got gangs, you got police departments, you got special units in the police departments, you got the
Right.
military, you got special units in the military, you got rich folk, you got higher rich folk, you got
Right.
even higher rich folk, you got the Diddy rich folk, you got the Trump, like you got certain societies. So I believe there's certain societies.
Right. Right. And that's what I think he was really making his. I feel like he was making
And
his
y'all think
statement to say.
Y'all think Kevin Gates is in the
I
league
I
of
believe there's certain societies. I don't
decision
know about.
makers?
No, I
You
wouldn't
don't.
say that. I'm saying that I believe there's just different societies that he could be a part of. That's all I was saying.
I
I
believe
just
so.
think he a weird motherfucker, cut.
Nah, man, he get too much publicity, bro. You know, think about it, bro. A lot of people don't get that publicity like he get now. Like he's getting a whole lot, and he ain't even really making a lot of music. You know
He
what I
not.
mean?
He
And he
not.
getting, and
But I
he's
think
getting.
that's also the word of content creating. Like my brother said, content is the new currency too.
Yeah, it is. It seems like they
So,
crossing over. Seem like.
well, not only that, if you got likes and views and trending, it seems like you hot. And like he ain't putting out no music, but if he's on a lot of stuff, he's on a lot of clips and reels and YouTube shorts and getting quoted, it seems like he's hotter than what he really is.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, cause
I
he.
don't know, man. He is amongst a bunch of weird motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And when I say weird, I'm not testing his manhood or none of that shit. I believe that he believed a lot of shit he said.
Yeah.
I also believe that he laughed after he say a lot of shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I.
in the quietness of his own home, he be like, they gonna trip on this one. You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah. Cause that's even go to like and I hate to jump back because I want to jump back on him, but like I don't know if y'all be watching the guy 6070 on. That mother say
Yeah, man.
anything, bro. He'll say
Anything.
anything. He
Man.
funny though. He funny though. I kind of like watching him sometimes. He's just real funny to me. He real comical. You know what I mean?
And that's the way that I look at a lot of social media.
Mm.
Like everybody on this IRL shit and real life shit, just because they capture that motherfucker IRL, don't make it real.
It ain't. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to look at the wild shit that motherfuckers say and do, and be like, this is what they think entertainment is.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
Because I just some shit just be too far fetched.
Man. Too far
It
fetched.
just be too far fetched. Like, are you talking like that from a bunker somewhere in the desert of California? You're not talking like that on the red carpet. You're not talking like that where people see you amongst the people.
Right. Right. Right.
You talking that shit on a podcast in an undisclosed location.
Exactly. Exactly. And ain't gonna let nobody know where yet. But they move around all the time. And but Kevin, once he started going at like the black folks and he was talking about, the niggas and how they move and how they kill each other, but want to march for when a white person kill each other, then I feel like you going, you leaning into them boys a little bit more now. You know what I'm saying? Because of the money. And I was like, dog, boy, that money will make you do anything. And it's like, I don't think I want to get that rich, bro. So when I be, just down there. I ain't a nigga fan either. Just keeping it real. Like, but I ain't gonna sit here and just dog them out like that. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like,
right,
because like us, we men, we black men. You know what I'm saying? We stand for something. So
right.
at least say that first before you get
Yeah.
on here talking that crazy mess like that. That's the things that be throwing me off with them boys, and I be like, that's when I say they be belonging to those societies, man. Because once you start just downgrading people like us, you know what I'm saying, that be back, that put you in position.
Put you in position.
It's like I don't know if I can respect that, man, and I be thinking that I made that move. You
And
know,
then you pay him for a verse, and he put on a verse talking about killing and beating up a nigga. Like it's the same shit.
yeah,
Like if I
yeah,
be like, give me a verse, and this is the song, and then in the song you talk about the same shit that you just said is some nigga shit. Like you can't do it both ways.
yeah. It's like he straddled the fence, don't he?
Yeah, you
See,
can't
he
you
do
can't
that
do
good.
that.
Yeah,
It's a
they
lot of
really do.
folks that do that, man. It's a lot of
Hmm.
uh everything is for clout and clicks, man. Everything.
Hmm.
These people, some people, I'm kind of I'm happy at the reaction. The Larry Hoover pardon shit.
Okay,
Y'all don't think that? Why y'all don't think he playing in y'all face, cuz?
He definitely playing in
man.
my face.
Because
Why y'all don't think?
I didn't know he had a state charge behind that though. I didn't know Larry who had a state charge behind that. See, that was wild. And you see how crazy that is? How they done kept him in jail under federal and still holding that old ass charge on him. That's crazy to me, man. You know what
Trump
I
is
mean?
the king of doing nothing and making it look like something.
Like that.
He
That
he the king of that shit, cuz.
mm, yeah. But you know what, man? Even with that being said, ain't none of these presidents did nothing. None of them. You know what I
They
mean?
figureheads.
Yeah, and it's like I don't even know why we even entertain ourselves with presidencies or anything like that anymore because we do not get to pick them no more. I don't think we ever got to pick them. Me personally.
But you say, not you say, but in general,
Hmm.
that no president's done nothing for us, but he has put the country against itself and put other countries against us.
Mm,
I was telling somebody the other day, he uses the word war too much
mm,
when talking. You got to think, if you're going out with these other countries, right, and you're throwing out, he called the N word, and he's not talking about name, he talking about nuclear, saying the
right.
N word. He's trying to re-reference it. But if you're talking like that and talking about world war, you already know the country itself is already talking about a civil war. You can't fight two wars. You can't fight two wars.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
got you got to pick one. And
It
if
ain't
not,
two
the
wars.
country.
It's more than that.
Well, it's more than that. But I'm saying, like the Civil War here, and then you talk shit with a World War, but yet you want the immigrants out. You're trying to lessen the power of the black folk. You got the Asian folk quiet. You got the rich folk talking. You got the poor folk, you know, they're not begging
Fighting
people,
amongst each other.
fighting amongst
Yeah.
each other. You can't do all that at the same time. And technically that's what he's doing. But like you say, he do little shit. What about a stimulus check? He didn't give it out. What about a stimulus check? What do black people say? Trump, uh, I'm a lessen the taxes. What they say? Trump did this. Trump did that. He didn't do that shit. It's the same bill he signed way back years ago. But
Right.
he like my brother said, he do a little bit of shit to not do nothing. He just saying it. What president has been on social media this much? This man responds to everything.
Man,
There's no
everything.
way you can respond to everything.
Like how
You
you ignore
respond,
every click.
yeah, you respond to everything, but yet you can't bring China to the table. You want to
Mm.
fight with Mexico. You want to fight with Canada.
He still
You want
beefing with
to,
China?
yeah,
Oh Lord, I ain't know that.
yeah.
Meanwhile, what don't you hear? You had a fire that almost completely destroyed an island in Hawaii. You had a fire in California that destroyed hundreds of thousands of acres.
Yep.
You had a hurricane and flooding in North Carolina.
Two
Yep.
hurricanes
You,
last year. Two
Yep.
you know what I'm
hurricanes last
saying? They talking
Yep.
about the FEMA director didn't know there was a such thing as a hurricane season. Sir, you should be fired. You fired immediately.
Super fired. I
year.
mean,
Immediately.
fast. Get them up out of here. Straight
Like
up.
this is the thing, and that's how you know there's something above the presidency
Okay.
because there's way too much wrongdoing that happens in plain sight.
Mm-hmm. And I
You
think a
feel
lot of
me?
that was, but I think a lot of that was designed, even what you were saying, like even the Hawaii thing, right? Because Oprah Winfrey had a house over there and all that stuff. Her house never got touched, and then a lot of those people had to move out. It's almost like they wanted to get that land back for a certain reason. You know what I mean? And even with California, that wildfires in that neighborhood, it's almost like the way, like you said, nobody talking about it now. So they're getting it out of the way, and then all of a sudden, probably in the next 5, 10 years, you're gonna see something big over in those same areas. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like
Well,
they designed something to do that. You know what I mean?
The
And I hate to
Olympics
say
in
it like that,
the
huh?
Olympics
you
in
gotta
Olympics coming.
you
Well,
gotta
LA.
deconstruct.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
you
See,
gotta deconstruct so you
look
can
how much
reconstruct.
area that is. Damn, that's see, bro. That
Exactly.
was a good. That was real good. You said that, bro. I didn't even think about it like that. You see what I'm saying? That right there, just by itself, almost self-explanatory right there. Now I want to know what they doing with Hawaii. That's what I want to know. Since bro brought that up, I do want to know what they doing with Hawaii. You
You
know what I'm
gotta
saying?
look at all the fuck shit. Your boy, Mr. Tesla,
Oh
building
yeah,
this
yeah.
supercomputer in Memphis and flooding the Mississippi River and the towns around it. You
Mm,
know, polluting the Mississippi. I said flooding, polluting the Mississippi River.
damn it.
You know what I'm saying? Uh, just what you call that shit? Well, look, don't get old. Air pollution and shit like that from this supercomputer that he designed for AI. Every day, this shit start like this is the part of Terminator we ain't see.
Yeah.
This is the part of the movie that they ain't see. You
The
feel me?
Skynet part, the Skynet version, the
Exactly.
version from Skynet.
Like that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, do we really need AI?
That's a
But
good
that shit
question.
is every fucking way.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. That shit listen to you everywhere, bro. I don't give a damn where you at. I was just thinking to myself the other day, I was messing with my phone and shit. And I just started riding, and then I just seen that motherfucker bloop bloop. And I'm like, in my headset and asked me what what you want to look for or some shit like that, the Siri shit. And I'm like, I ain't even say shit. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like, and they already sent something out that they be listening to you already. And I'll be like,
Did you
man,
Not
didn't you post the semi truck driving by itself?
yeah, oh yeah, that's down. See, that's in West Texas.
That's
Uh,
crazy.
yeah, I was at the sand plant. It's at Atlas. I was at the sand plant, right? And I see the truck riding by, and I was like, I looked in there, and the dude, the Mexican dude, he was laughing at me. He was like, "Yeah, they don't." He said, "They don't. It ain't that advanced. They just take it down the dirt roads and come back to the plant. You know what I'm saying? They don't go but so far." But I just was just amazed, and it had two trailers on it. I was just amazed that it could do that by itself. You know what I mean? It's like, but the thing with it is, when the weather hits, it can't do nothing. You know what I mean? So they got to work out the bugs, but it's just amazing how they got all this technology. Seem like it's about to take over everything. Then what kind of work is the humans gonna do? You know what I mean?
And that's a part of Trump talking about some you bringing money back to America. You're not, because last December when the dock workers went on strike,
Hmm.
they went on strike partly because AI was taking over. So if
Yep.
the dock workers don't have no work, what you think will happen with the rest of America when AI hit?
Man, I'm telling you.
How is Americans gonna pocket money if you're not working? And the bills you want to sign, you want to tax low income people higher than everybody else. So if you make less than like, I think say if you make less than like 20,000, you tax it like 70 something percent. It's a crazy amount of, it's a crazy
What?
number. But then to get government assistance, you gotta work 80 hours a month. It's something crazy.
Uh huh.
But with AI there, if you're not there to make the money, then you make less. You're making less, but they're taxing you more.
That's crazy. And they already busting our head in taxes, man. It's like you can't get away from nothing with these people, bro. I was just talking to old girl the other night, and I'm like, she tell me she made 45,000 a year, and she owed taxes. I said, what?
Yep,
How the hell you
yep.
owe taxes? Oh, I don't have no dependents no more. I said, man, that's crazy as hell for you to owe taxes and you don't
If
even
you ain't
make
got no
50,000.
dependent, stop claiming the dependents.
Yeah, that's crazy to me though.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well,
It's
that's I need more information. You feel me?
hmm
I need more information because what are you doing for them to not be taking the taxes out? You gotta be claiming some shit that you ain't got.
Yeah, you
yeah.
don't. She probably don't want to claim zero because they'll take too much out.
Right. You
Okay,
go
so
exempt
claiming
so you
one
can
must
get
be
all
good.
your money. You go oh. I don't care if you make 30,000. If you go exempt and don't pay no taxes, get it now or get it later. They gonna get it.
Oh, they gonna get it. Yeah, yeah. Shoot, I already know. I'm definitely in taxes. Oh, before we get off of this though, but let me ask y'all this: what do y'all think about the Tory Lane situation? Why do y'all think that's happening right now?
I've said it before. When he went on the Breakfast Club, it was breaking down the independent money and the major money.
Yep.
And then they said he also had an idea of, I forgot, I just read it. He had an idea of how to make more money off being independent.
He
And he
sold
was
them.
something he was,
He sold
huh?
his album. He sold 1 million albums in a minute off of
Yeah,
NFTs.
yeah, that part.
Yeah,
That's what I read. Yeah, but
yeah.
I
But
think
before you finish that, what happened to NFTs?
Exactly.
NFTs was all the rage for 37 minutes.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to get to. Like almost soon as he said what he said, bro, it disappeared. Like gone. And I'm like, wow. And then like even the like the thing with him shooting Megan the Stallion and stuff, it seemed like, man, it just seemed so it just seemed like you don't even supposed to get that many years for something like that if you never had a charge before. You know what I mean?
What else? What else? How did? And I said this the other day in the group. How has Cat on that show predicted like four things come true?
What's that?
Mm.
Cat Williams on the Senate earnings, he done predicted four major things happen.
Oh, yep, sure did.
And
Yep.
Tory Lane's thing was one of them.
Damn, he
And
missing
then
Tory Lanes?
yeah, he mentioned the Tory Lane. That's the shit that didn't get that much. Go back mental. He mentioned Tory Lanes.
I'm about to go watch that again. I'm gonna watch that tonight while
The
I'm riding.
whole
He mentioned the
weird
whole
thing
thing.
is
He mentioned the whole thing.
I
Damn.
don't why would are you being a real nigga by saying that the gun was yours? Why would you even have let that shit be like why would you let that be the story out of all the shit you could have said? Out
Yeah,
of
exactly.
all the countless miscellaneous nobody motherfuckers that you could have blamed it on, you took that charge?
Because if
Yeah,
he would have
ain't
put it on
no
the
way.
girl, he would have got talked about.
Yeah, you know that. You know
He
that.
would have got talked about if he put it on that girl.
Yeah, you know that.
But
They
he
wasn't
So
didn't.
gonna
you
He
let him
put.
do it
know,
in it. Huh?
did he end up in jail?
He ended up and stabbed.
Yeah. Hey, and
I
that's another
don't
thing, that stabbing, bruh. That's some
I
bullshit
don't
right there.
understand why that was even the story. So now all of a sudden, not all of a sudden, but he did not shoot her.
Right. I
Why
never
would you
believe he
come to
did.
that?
Yeah, I never believe he did. I
Like
ain't gonna lie.
I ain't gonna say you deserve to be in jail because nobody deserves to be. Well, people deserve to be in jail. It's people that deserve it.
Yeah.
But you risked your freedom for a woman that didn't even like you.
Didn't even like him.
She didn't like you enough to be public with it. And you took a charge for it? I don't understand what part of it is that some G code shit
Yeah, I don't
that I
know.
don't
I ain't lying.
understand?
Yeah, you're right, bro. Cause I didn't even realize that he took that charge until I was recently hearing a phone conversation he had, and I was like, damn, that nigga took that charge. He gotta be a
Like
fool, man.
why would that be the thing that happened? Like everybody talking about oh he nobody want to protect black women and but nobody was like why even put your why even put yourself in that situation? The police show up. Make them figure that shit out before you say, "Well, yeah, I had it. It was me. I had it. It went off by accident."
Exactly.
He
Trying to
thought that
protect
fame was
that
gonna get
shit.
him out. I
Yeah,
think he
yeah.
thought
That's
fame
what
was
I
gonna
think.
get him.
You couldn't have thought that. First off, you a Canadian on a work visa in the United States. You not a U.S. citizen. That's what really got them fucked up. So
Yeah.
again, you risk your livelihood for a motherfucker that don't like you.
But he wouldn't
Yeah.
have no. Well, people went at him for shooting a girl. He took that criticism, but people put the blame on the girl. He would have took just as much criticism. So either way, he was gonna lose.
Yeah, he was gonna lose
Yeah,
either
People
way.
well, I
lose.
can do that. I'd rather do that from my living room than be a
Yeah.
pincushion.
But I still
Yeah,
think they would have put it on him some kind of way. And my thing is the stabbing, like just to go to the stabbing, right? Now he already in jail paying paying to keep himself safe. You know what I'm saying? Keeping everybody happy, keeping them straight. Now, just random ass Mexican, not I ain't talking down on no Mexicans, but this random ass Mexican just stab him up. Come on, man. Just like me and bro was saying about them NFTs, I think that was about that. And I think Rock Nation had something to do with that. And another thing about Rock Nation, they had been cutting out people accounts for talking about shit like that.
Andy Stone.
Yeah, yeah, cutting people accounts.
Yeah.
I'm talking about little people ain't got no followers or nothing. He just ripping their accounts out.
Well, they said that's when the other thing is that's when R. Kelly got caught up and he started asking about his money.
Mm. See what I'm saying?
Like
Uh,
everybody knew R. Kelly messed with them little girls, but now it's a problem when he started asking about his money.
Exactly. And he was up on that up on them years too. And it's like 35 years you can get all your stuff back or something like that.
And you know what
something
else?
like that.
I didn't even pay attention. I heard this a couple months ago. I didn't even think about this shit. Yeah, remember that album he did with Jay-Z?
Yep.
Where
Yep.
that? Where that?
Damn, that shit ain't nowhere. What? I ain't thought about that,
I didn't
bro.
think about it until somebody else. I was watching something. They was like, think about it. You ain't heard nothing about that album.
Bruh, nothing. And they had some jams on they not guilty and all that, bruh. That album was kind of jamming now. That was probably one of Jay-Z jamming his albums, dog.
Yeah, you ain't heard nothing about that. So.
Damn, boy. That boy, and I'm going to tell you, that boy Jay-Z turned into something else, bruh.
So
I don't even recognize him no more.
But think about this. So you fuck with R. Kelly, but make it seem like you never fuck with R. Kelly. You fuck with Diddy, now you make it seem like you don't fuck with Diddy.
Yeah, like just, bro, that nigga cold, bro. Did Dave Dash like nothing, man. Bro, they was saying, and I was watching this other thing, bro. They made it to where Damon Dash couldn't even get a deal with nobody in the industry.
Yeah, I heard Damon talking about that.
That's wild, bro. I'm like, cause Dame could have got a whole nother record label and did some other shit. And he can't even get a record label deal again, a distribution deal again. That's cold blooded, bro. It's like, what the hell happened with Jay-Z? Like, when he turned this cold like that?
It's what you'll do for the money, cuz.
Man, bro.
It's what you'll do for the money. A
But
lot
how
of
much money?
people,
Uh-huh.
in the words of Riley Freeman, game recognized game, granddad, and you looking real unfamiliar. You know what I'm saying?
Unfamiliar, bro.
You know what I'm saying? It's like when you get to a certain status, if you fall into that need for that status, for the goal of having the most that you can get, you start looking unfamiliar.
But you know what else? You said it, and that's right. But who we give credit to, but understood, was Vince Bleak. Think about it. He cut everybody off, but he still talked to Vince Bleak.
Yeah. He came in the game with them. Memphis came under him. Yep.
He don't have to do. People got to learn to play their position.
And that's what Memphis did, though. He did do that.
And Memphis Bleak played his position. He could have easily been any number of dudes that was like, man, God, I'm supposed to be shining like you shine. He could have made a whole lot of noise, but he knew ultimately he had already been given the gift.
Yeah.
You in the inner circle.
Exactly.
Sometimes you gotta be all right being close to the king.
He in the circle, but he not in the inner circle. He close enough,
And
Yeah,
but
he
not
close
in
enough to
it.
be taken care of. Yep.
Yeah, to be
He's gonna
taken
be for the
care
rest
that's
of his life.
but
of.
that's a general lesson that people need to understand.
Mm,
You might not be him or her.
mm,
You might just know him or her. And if you are comfortable, like you gotta understand that you winning. People don't be understanding that they winning. No, you don't have the spotlight, but you in the place.
Yeah.
You still in the building,
and you moving
but the
around with
spotlight ain't
them.
on you. I'd much rather be the dude at the award show who nobody knows. Who is he? He must be somebody here.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But shit, maybe he ain't nobody. I'm cool being nobody, cuz.
Hey, I ain't lying. That way
I'm
y'all get.
cool
Hey, look, and
just like that.
they ain't gonna even pull no. They ain't gonna even try to find no scandal on you because this shit ain't you ain't nobody. Like, and I'm good with that too. Cause bruh, it's a code. It's like hip hop done changed so much, bro. So man, I could ride in this truck for 4 hours, bro, and I would not listen to one song that ain't came from our generation.
No, hell no. Like
And that's sad,
they monetize blackness.
man.
That's what it is. Blackness has always been monetized. From the point of slavery, when we was property and money.
Mm,
So now they monetize our line dances. Shout out to 803fresh and the Boots on the Ground movement, the Southern Soul movement. Um, everything that we do. But like it's just certain shit. Like the 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 ski mask shit, cause the shiesty shit.
oh yeah, Pooh Shiesty, yeah.
That shit shouldn't even be a thing. It should not be a regular thing to see somebody walk around with a full mask on in 70-degree weather.
I'm telling you, and them youngers will do it too, bro. They don't care, boy. Hey, them YNs, boy, they a different breed, bro. I ain't lying. Like a lot of the stuff that they did, man. Man, even if we old enough not to get our ass cut, bro, we still wasn't thinking about disrespecting that hard, bro. Like
If it was cold as shit, my mama wouldn't let me wear a motherfucking shiesty,
exactly,
not a shiesty, girl.
man. And then you got to think, bro. You got some of they mamas that sit there dressing like the young girls, and that's what's killing the game. It's like I'm like, bro, it's almost like the old women challenging is trying to keep up with the young girls. It's like, girl, you done live your life. Let her live hers. Go ahead and put
But
on that
that's
damn dress, that
but
long ass
that's also
dress,
but that's
huh?
also because the mama 37 and daughter 20, and they both got kids.
Hey, exactly. But guess what? Once you become that grandma, you got to take your stands on that, man. You can't be the sexy
But
grandmama.
not but now when you 37, when you think about the 30s, when you 37, you're not thinking like a grandma.
Yeah, you ain't lying. That's why, boy, I'm so glad I ain't had my baby till I was 28, bro. I ain't lying, bro. I dodged the hell out of that. I wasn't even trying to go through that. You know what I'm saying? Like having a baby that young, bro, and you ain't even got nothing accomplished in your life yet. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. It
Yeah.
definitely make it. It definitely make it hard, man. It's it's wild shit. My brother wanted to touch on the 803 fresh situation. His popularity is off like a rocket, and of course, whenever you get that spotlight,
You
some
niggas, ain't it?
negativity or some foot draggers, some hanger oners,
Exactly.
people feel entitled to your success. They gonna make something out of nothing. So explain a little bit about some of the shit that's going on the 803 Fresh front.
Oh, he got invited to the BET Awards, and he can bring so many people with him, and he's picked out who he wanted to bring. He wanted to bring the guy that originally did the dance. He brought out. He's bringing out Tay Cheesy. She does a lot of videos, TikTok videos, reels, line dance.
Influence.
Yeah, she's definitely influenced, but she dances across, like she hip hop dance. She do all types of dances, but Southern Soul's her thing. She's bringing her. He's bringing her. And then there's a mixed girl named Janelle who's famous for doing the dance, but the dance she knows she learned from another content creator. So he's bringing the light skinned girl, but not the dark skinned girl. So people are mad that he's picking a light skinned girl over the dark skinned girl.
And who is
to
the
come
dark
to the
skinned
show.
girl?
I don't want to be disrespect. I can't remember her name right now.
Oh, okay. But she been riding with him the whole time?
Well, that's what he said. He picked the people that have been promote his song the most. So the dark skinned girl, she been dancing to a lot of the songs, and the light skinned girl, she's with DJ Pay Me with his crew. So she's at all the events. So the video that's putting out is a lot of his music with her dancing. So he said he picked the people that have been rocking with his music as far as pushing it out there. Not saying the dark skinned girl hasn't, but he just felt like the girl Janelle's been pushing it more, and that's primarily because the DJ is DJ Pay Me.
Oh, okay.
So, people have their mixed reactions, but like I told my brother, like, who he picked. And somebody asked him, they were like, you doing more than one song? He like, nah, they only invited me to do one song, so he's only doing Boots on the Ground.
Mm-hmm.
So
probably ain't gonna get to do the whole song.
That's what I'm saying. He probably ain't gonna be up there like
unless he in the show. They may let him in the show.
They probably gonna let him open the show to get the energy up.
Oh, for real? Yeah, that sounds. Yeah.
I mean, that's what, in my opinion, they probably let him open the show just to, they always do a big performance to open the show.
Right. Or close it.
Or close it.
And by you even saying that about dark skinned girl, that might be just causing that controversy. She might end up being out there just because of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So the light skinned girl, she does the dance more sexual than the dark skinned girl, but the dark skinned girl is the originator of that dance move. And she just, as she said, she just keeps it classy, so she just does a little step.
Mm-hmm.
So
meanwhile, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You got it. I'm gonna look her name up real quick.
Meanwhile, the official line dance for the song was created by a dude.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, neither, to me, I get it. Representation matters. Should he pick the dark skinned girl over the light skinned girl? We arguing over fucking crumbs, Scott.
Man.
Her name is Tiana Page. I don't want to keep calling her dark skin, but Tiana Page.
Yeah, Page.
Tiana Page.
I seen that. I had seen that. Yeah.
So the fact that, like, it's not an issue, and I don't feel like it deserves a whole lot of conversation. Because what I find, the older I get, is I'm not gonna waste my time on bullshit.
Exactly, man.
You feel me? Like, is it like you really, man? You really blowing this man up? This man is having his best professional year in the music industry.
Yeah.
He created a song that's a supernova. It is out of his control now.
It's out of his control.
It's out of his control. You know what I'm saying? And you gonna nitpick every decision a motherfucker. He did an official video. He had South Carolina State on there. There was all kind of dark-skinned women in that video. And you mad about a performance on a BET award show that you probably ain't gonna watch?
You ain't probably gonna watch that, nothing but the clips of it. That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so people need to get their shit together. And asking people to get their shit together at this point is almost futile. You always gonna have an ignorant group of people. You always gonna have a reasonable thinking group of people. And you always gonna have the people that know the information and details better than the other two groups. You feel me?
Right.
Let black people be successful in black arenas, Con.
And be
You
happy
feel
for
me?
them. Yeah, be happy for them.
Be happy for them or be the fuck quiet.
Yeah, I'm happy for him, man. Cause shoot, I listened to his story of how he was in hip hop. He came from hip hop and stuff like that, and he didn't he wasn't too successful in it, whatever. And then he just jumped into that genre, and you know what I mean. That's a real inspiring story to me, man. I like that. You know what I mean, because it shows you that you don't have to be a rapper, man. Y'all can stop being rappers now. You know what I'm
Please
saying?
believe that.
Yeah, cause ain't nobody listening no more. Like, bro, like I was saying earlier, how right, man. I don't even think young dudes listen to everything. They ain't dedicated to nothing. Like boy, we used to be
No,
dedicated to Tupac coming out, Jay Z coming out, Biggie coming out. We used to be dedicated to getting those albums and stuff. Man, these boys, man, they don't,
because
huh?
I feel like that's because then it was more original. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
People didn't sound like each other back then.
Exactly,
Busta Rhymes didn't sound like Nas. You know what I'm saying? You had
exactly.
maybe Nas and Jay-Z kinda. You know what I'm saying? Nobody sounded like Busta. Um, for all the comparisons between Biggie and Pop, neither one of them sounded alike.
No, never,
You
no.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
And now you got 100 of these young niggas that all sound the same.
Man,
But
I'm
you know
talking
what I
about
think probably that is? Everybody want to freestyle. So if you freestyle and you always listen to somebody, your freestyle will come out like they freestyle.
you gonna repeat the same words.
You're
You just
gonna
gonna put them
repeat
in
the
different
same thing
orders.
because you freestyle. It's already in your head instead you writing it down, proofreading the shit, and
Yeah.
then scratching out and editing it.
Okay,
Man,
so do you not who do we go after that though? Do we go after the industry? Because it is some good artists out here that I done heard, bro. Like some young
oh
dudes
no,
that
I
be
feel like if you care about the quality of music, you
hmm
go find who you want to hear.
right. Because there's a lot of
You
good
feel me?
underground artists, yeah, that I done
It's
heard.
and you blame the industry because that's the shit that gets pushed. That's the shit that they push on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? That's
Right,
the shit that they push when they trying to sell some shit. You feel
right,
me?
right.
So people out there that's really about the music, they go out and they find real artists. Cause I'm gonna tell you like on some real shit. T Pain did this shit with Twitch where he was just trying to help motherfuckers get on.
hmm
And he had like a March Madness type competitive tournament for rappers.
Right.
And it's a lot of good people that you never heard of. You feel me?
hmm
It's just music is oversaturated. You're not gonna get rich doing it no more.
Right.
Um, you doing all the work, so you don't even really need the label. The label only fucking with you if you got 5 million followers. So why even sign with them?
Right. And they don't even care about your music. They care about what kind of attention you can get from your like your social media platform. Like what's the boy name that snitched on all the boys in New York? With all the colorful
Oh, 6ix9ine.
bruh, they really care about his social media platform. They don't care nothing about his damn music. That's
And
all they
you
care
don't
about.
even, and that's the thing, you don't last no more. Because when was the last thing you heard? What's the last thing you heard about Takashi?
Man, I ain't heard nothing. But I keep seeing him periodically, and all it be is all the stuff that he be doing on social media. He don't really talk no much trash no more because he out cross seas and stuff. He really be speaking Spanish like you would have never realized. I would have never thought he was Spanish until he started being overseas with all his people. You know what I mean?
Man,
I'm like, man, bro, it's more about your social media platform than it is your music. It's like it's the whole game to change, bro. It's like wow,
yeah,
like
man.
yeah,
It's it's a different place, man. But it's pop culture. It's in the view of everybody. Um, find your original thing that you do. You feel me?
yeah,
And do that and work on that crap. We've been on here for a little while, man. We gonna get up out of here for the Hump Day Happy Hour. Tap in. What you got for the people, Jerm? Anything you want to tell the people about what you got coming up with your pod?
Oh yeah, man. I got the new I call it the new season, man. The return of Germ. You know what I'm saying? I had to come out here and get away from all you niggas to straighten myself out. I got kicked out of Carolina a couple of months ago, so it gave me a epiphany to go and straighten my shit up. You know what I mean? And
Indeed.
so I'm glad to hear from y'all though, cause you know what? One thing I can say about y'all, bro, we can talk all damn night.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Every time. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And we'll switch up conversations and it just be enlightened, you know what I'm saying? Just to have that brotherhood camaraderie that y'all got, man. I really love y'all platform, man. And
Appreciate
that's what
that.
I like about podcasting too, man. You know, the opinions. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you might be thinking certain ways, and you might say something this way, like bro with the background. Every time he say something, I was like, damn, yeah, that make a lot of sense. You know, I wasn't thinking like that. You know what I mean? And that's what we need more in society, man. That's why podcast is getting so much play right now. You know, because of that.
And and the
You know,
discussion, what we
yeah,
try to do is no matter what we talking about, you're right. It's mostly opinion. This is an entertainment show. I'm not here with 100% factual information. I'm here
no,
to have a discussion with my brother and my peers and my friends and my family. You feel me?
right,
So when you come on here, we can disagree about certain things and still drive the conversation. You don't have to belittle
exactly,
nobody. You can
because
just
it
take
ain't
in
no
what a
beef.
motherfucker say. And there you go. You take in what a motherfucker say. You say, well, I agree or I disagree. Nobody is disrespected. The conversation gets pushed. You might change my perspective. I might change your perspective. We might not change shit, but
Right,
it's the way to show adults having a decent interaction without the bullshit. We're not fighting over Popeye chicken sandwiches and bullshit like that.
exactly. He's about bullshit like that, and we ain't around here bashing no black women either. So
Yeah.
I won't
that's
do
another
that.
good
I'm,
thing.
I'm
Yeah,
never gonna do that.
right, right.
I'm
I'm gonna
never
talk.
gonna do that.
I ain't gonna bash him. I'm gonna talk a little bit of shit about him, but I ain't gonna bash him because I
There you
still need
go.
him.
There you
You know what I'm
go.
saying?
No, my mama black.
Oh
You
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah, damn
And
right.
that's what be pissing me off when I see some of the coolest shit that I see from some of these men when they talking about, they mama or they sister or they cousin or they auntie or whatever.
Uh, yeah,
But
that.
that's a whole nother conversation. We'll bring you back for that.
Yeah, man.
That's what we
Everybody.
need to do. We
Hey,
need to
man.
do a cool down.
I was about to say, man, when y'all gonna be in town so y'all can come to the spot? You know where the spot at now, ain't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know where it's
yeah.
at. We've been there one time.
Yeah, bro. Know
Yeah,
where the spot at?
I will be down there later this month. Later
July?
this month. June.
Oh, June. Okay, cause
June
I'll
into
be.
July.
Okay, cause I'll be down there June 3rd. I about to say, man, y'all need to come through the studio and shit.
You said June 3rd. June 3rd was yesterday.
I mean, not June 3rd, July 3rd. My bad. Before the 4th. Before the 4th. Yeah, my bad. You know my days
June
get mixed up out here. I be working at night out here.
Indeed.
Yeah.
But no, we'll get something together, man. See what we can get, while I'm in town. Carolina, what you got for the people before we get up out of here?
I ain't nothing but appreciate everybody tapping in and watching. Appreciate Jerm coming back in here. We're definitely gonna bring him back for conversation. Like I said before, we're gonna finish out this year, even though this year is almost over, which is crazy.
Which is
We're gonna
crazy.
finish out bringing a whole bunch of past guests to the platform, just politic, since they have a common ground, which is this podcast. We've had some very dope guests. We just want to keep bringing them back and merging them with other people to get different points of view. So appreciate everybody tapping in with us.
In a real way, man. Look, I'm gonna end this show by saying what I always say, man. Love the people who love you back. But even beyond that, it take more energy to hate on a motherfucker. It take more energy to try to destroy a motherfucker. Let's take some accountability. Let's be original. Let's create the next wave, and let's hold each other up, man. Let's be
Exactly.
supportive of the people that deserve support. Now I get it. Some of y'all ain't gonna get on the train. Some of y'all just gonna be the lower percentage of people that's just ignorant as the fuck. But we need to keep on rising as a people. We need to keep being more enlightened. We need to be, again, more supportive of people that look like us. That's what we're going to do with the BOTB show. Outside of that, man, y'all be easy. Until the next time, this is the BOTB Live Show. Special shout out to Jerm of Jermlife, man. Y'all check him out on YouTube and social media platforms. And yeah, catch y'all next time, man. We go.
All right. Peace out, man.